The card reader beeps twice. Declined. Clara Sterling's hand freezes on the keypad. The cashier's expression shifts from bored to annoyed. Behind her, 5 people wait. A man in a suit taps his phone. A mother bounces a crying toddler. An elderly woman leans on her cart. Clara swipes again. Her fingers tremble. Declined. Ma'am, do you have another form of payment? The words echo. Clara's throat closes. Her purse, Prada, last season, suddenly feels like evidence of a crime. She digs through it. Lipstick, keys, business cards, no cash. The line shifts. Someone sighs. Then a hand reaches past her, calloused. A faded work jacket sleeve. A $20 bill lands on the counter. I've got this. 6 hours earlier. 5:43 a.m. Elias Thorne doesn't need an alarm. Sophie's cough wakes him first. Harsh, wet, the sound of lungs fighting. He's in her doorway within seconds. She's curled under a blanket, printed with horses that have faded from too many washes. 8 years old, 70 pounds. Everything. Dad? Her voice is small. Right here, bug. He sits on the bed edge, reaches for the inhaler on her nightstand. Shakes it. The rattle is wrong. Too light, too empty. His phone screen glows in the dark. Bank account. $23.47. He closes his eyes. $40 for the refill. The pharmacy won't negotiate. Insurance lapsed when Sterling Global let him go. Let him go. Like he was a balloon. Not a man with a daughter who needed to breathe. Before we continue, take a second to subscribe, if stories like this stay with you. And let us know which country you're watching from. 2 months earlier, the conference room had been cold. Corporate cold. The kind that comes from central air and colder decisions. Clara Sterling sat across from him. Mid-30s. Sharp suit. Sharper posture. She didn't look at him when she spoke. We're restructuring. Your position has been eliminated. Security will escort you out. You'll receive 2 weeks severance. Her assistant, some kid in glasses, slid papers across the table. Elias had stared at Clara's face. Tried to make eye contact. She looked at the wall behind him. Do you have questions? He had 1,000. He asked none. Security arrived. He packed his desk in 12 minutes. Walked out with a box and no answers. Clara Sterling never looked up. Present day, 7:15 a.m. Elias works the morning shift at a warehouse, lifting boxes, scanning codes. His supervisor is 23 and calls him Champ. Lunch break, 30 minutes. He eats in his car, peanut butter sandwich. No jelly. 2 p.m. Rideshare driving. He picks up a businessman who talks on his phone the entire ride and tips $2 on a $30 fare. 6 p.m. Freelance coding. His laptop is 7 years old. The fan sounds like a dying engine, but the work pays. Not much, but enough to buy Sophie another week. He sleeps 4 hours a night, sometimes 3. 2:47 p.m. Grocery store. Elias stands in the cereal aisle, calculating. Bread, $2.89. Peanut butter, $4.29. Milk, $3.99. Eggs, $5.15. Total, $16.32. He has $20. He can make this work. He heads to the register. The store smells like floor cleaner and artificial lemon. Fluorescent lights hum overhead. A radio plays pop music no one listens to. He's third in line when he hears it. Declined. The sound cuts through the store noise. Sharp. Final. He turns. 3 registers over. A woman in an expensive coat fumbles with her purse. Her shoulders are locked. Her neck is red. Elias recognizes the posture before he recognizes the face. Clara Sterling. She tries the card again. Declined. The cashier's patience thins. Ma'am, I need another form of... I heard you. Clara's voice cracks. Behind her, the line grows. A man in a tie checks his watch with theatrical annoyance. The mother with the toddler whispers to the elderly woman. They both look at Clara. Elias knows that look. Judgment wrapped in pity. He's been on the receiving end. Clara opens her wallet, pulls out 2 more cards, tries them both. Declined. Declined. Her hands shake now. Visible. Public. Elias looks at the 20 in his hand. Sophie's inhaler. The milk he needs. 3 days until his next paycheck. He looks at Clara. She's frozen. A deer in headlights, made of fluorescent bulbs and stranger's eyes. Elias walks to her register. I've got this. He places the 20 on the counter. Clara spins. Her eyes hit his face and something flickers. Recognition trying to surface, but drowning in confusion and shame. You don't. It's fine. The cashier takes the bill. Scans the crackers. Hands Clara the bag and $3 change. Clara stares at the change in her hand like it's evidence of something she doesn't understand. Then she looks at Elias. Thank you. The words come out broken. Elias nods once and returns to his register. His cashier, Jenna, 22, community college student, has watched everything. That was really kind, she says quietly. Elias doesn't respond. He watches his total climb. $18.32. His remaining cash, $3.47. He removes the milk. The eggs. Jenna doesn't comment. She's seen this before. Elias pays. Takes his bag. Walks out. Behind him, Jenna pulls out her phone. Clara's penthouse. 8:34 p.m. Clara hasn't turned on the lights. She sits at her kitchen island. Marble, imported, cost more than most people's cars, staring at a box of crackers. $4.89. She spent $6 on coffee this morning. Didn't finish it, but that $20. The way he'd pulled it from his pocket, the way his hand shook, the way he didn't wait for gratitude. She opens her laptop. Sterling Global's internal database loads. Termination files. She pulls up October 14th. 15 names. 15 faces she never bothered to memorize. She scrolls. Stops. Elias Thorne. Position, senior developer. Tenure, 6 years. Termination date, October 14th. Reason, departmental restructuring. The photo is from his employee badge. Slightly pixelated, but unmistakable. The man from the grocery store. Clara's chest tightens. She clicks deeper into his file. Performance reviews. Exceptional. Projects completed. 47. Awards. 3. Commendations. 8. She'd fired someone exceptional. No. Correction. She'd fired someone excellent, who became someone desperate enough to give away his last $20 to a stranger. To her, she closes the laptop, presses her palms against the cool marble. Her phone rings. Dad. Clara. We need to talk. About what? About a video that's gone viral. Of you. At a grocery store. Clara's blood goes cold. The video. Jenna had posted it on TikTok at 3:47 p.m. The caption. This man gave his last $20 to a stranger whose card declined. Then put back his own groceries. This is what kindness looks like. The video is shaky, filmed from the register. But clear enough. Clara's face. Elias's jacket. The $20 bill. The milk going back. Views. 2.3 million. Comments. 47,000. At Reality Hurts. The woman looks rich, and he's putting back milk for her? At TruthSeeker_91. Someone ID these people. This man deserves better. At Clara_watches. That's Clara Sterling, director at Sterling Global. I recognize her from LinkedIn. At Justice_for all. Wait, she works for Sterling? They just laid off like 200 people. At Deep_Dive_news. Investigating now. Stand by. Julian Sterling saw it at 8 p.m. By 8:30, he had Clara on the phone. We're meeting with him. Dad, no. This will make it worse. Clara, you fired this man. He gave you money he clearly needed. And now it's national news. We're meeting with him. Tomorrow. What if he doesn't want to? Then you're going to convince him. 2 p.m. My office. The line dies. Elias's apartment. 6:18 a.m. The phone wakes him. Unknown number. Mr. Thorne. This is Lydia Moss from Sterling Global. Mr. Julian Sterling requests a meeting. Today. 2 p.m. Elias sits up. His heart pounds. Why? He didn't provide details. But he was insistent. I don't. He's offering compensation for your time. $500. 1 hour. Elias thinks of Sophie's inhaler. The rent due Friday. The milk he didn't buy. I'll be there. Sterling Global Headquarters. 1:55 p.m. The building is downtown. Glass tower. 43 stories. The lobby has waterfalls and art that costs more than Elias made in a year. The receptionist has perfect teeth and a smile that doesn't reach her eyes. Mr. Thorne. 11th floor. Conference room A. The elevator is mirrored. Elias sees himself. Work jacket, cheap jeans, 2-day beard. He doesn't belong here. He belonged here once. The doors open, long hallway, polished floors. At the end, double doors. He knocks. Come in. Julian Sterling stands at the head of a conference table. 62. Gray hair, navy suit, the kind of presence that commands rooms. Clara sits to his right. She stands when Elias enters. Her face is controlled, but her hands grip the chair back. Mr. Thorne, thank you for coming. Julian gestures to a seat. Please. Elias doesn't sit. What's this about? Julian folds his hands. You helped my daughter yesterday. Elias says nothing. You gave her $20. Your last $20. Julian's eyes are sharp. Evaluating. Why? She needed help. You didn't know who she was? I knew exactly who she was. The room shifts. Clara's breath catches. Julian leans forward. Explain. Elias looks at Clara. She fired me. October 14th. Conference room. She didn't look at me once. Clara's face drains of color. You knew who she was, Julian repeats slowly, and you helped her anyway? Yes. Why? Elias's jaw tightens. Because being broke doesn't make me cruel. Silence. Julian studies him. Do you know why we restructured your department? To save money. To save the company. We were 3 months from bankruptcy. I cut 15 positions to save 300 others. Congratulations. Elias's voice is flat. You saved the company. You destroyed 15 families. Math works out great for you. Clara flinches. Julian doesn't. You're angry. You should be. I'm not angry. I'm tired. I work 70 hours a week. I sleep 4 hours a night. My daughter has asthma. I can't afford her medication. So you'll forgive me if I don't care about your company's survival when mine is barely hanging on. The words land like stones. Clara stands. Her voice shakes. I'm sorry. Elias looks at her. For what? Firing me? Or getting caught on camera? For not seeing you? For signing papers without reading names? For her voice breaks. For forgetting you were human? Elias doesn't respond. Julian opens a folder. Slides papers across the table. Employment contract. Position. Senior developer. Salary. $98,000. Signing bonus. $15,000 benefits. Full medical, dental, vision, mental health. Start date. Immediate. Elias stares at it. This is guilt. This is correction, Julian says. You were one of our best. We made a mistake. You made a business decision. And we're making another one now. Elias picks up the contract. Reads it. Every word. What do you want from me? Julian meets his eyes. I want you to take the job you should never have lost. I want my daughter to learn what compassion costs. And I want to prove that some mistakes can be fixed. And if I say no, then you walk out with $500 and we never contact you again. Elias looks at Clara. What do you want? She doesn't hesitate. I want you to let me try to fix this. You can't fix it. I know. But I can stop making it worse. Elias takes the contract. Folds it. Puts it in his jacket pocket. I need to think. Julian nods. Take your time. The offer stands. Elias walks to the door. Stops. Turns. Clara. She looks up. The $20 wasn't for you. It was for the person I want my daughter to see when she looks at me. He leaves. That night. Sophie is breathing easier. The new inhaler sits on the counter. Expedited delivery from Sterling Global's pharmacy partner. No charge. Elias makes dinner. Mac and cheese. Sophie's favorite. Dad? Yeah, Bug. Why are you smiling? He hadn't realized he was. Because things are getting better. After she's asleep, he sits at the kitchen table. Unfolds the contract. Reads it again. $98,000. Medical benefits. Signing bonus. It's not about the money. It's about what the money means. He'd given freely. Expected nothing. And somehow, in a world built on taking, something gave back. Not because he deserved it, but because one moment of compassion created a ripple that came back as a wave. He signs at 11:34 p.m. 3 weeks later, Elias walks into Sterling Global at 8:47 a.m. Employee badge clipped to his shirt, laptop bag over his shoulder. The receptionist smiles, genuine this time. "Welcome back, Mr. Thorne." The elevator opens on 11, his old floor. New desk. Same view. Clara is waiting by his workspace. She doesn't speak, just hands him a folder. Inside, 15 names, 15 files, the people she fired. "I'm reviewing every termination personally. Offering reinstatement where possible. Severance increases where not. I can't undo it. But I can stop pretending it didn't matter." Elias looks at her. She's thinner, tired, but present in a way she wasn't before. "It's a start. It's all I have." She walks away. Elias sits, logs into his computer, opens his first project. Through the office window he watches the city. Millions of people, millions of struggles. And somewhere in that city, someone else might be down to their last $20. He hopes they give it away. A fired man gave his last $20 to the woman who destroyed his life and taught her what she'd forgotten. In a world that takes everything, the most radical act is giving freely. Not for reward, not for recognition, but because compassion is the only currency that never depreciates, and the only investment that always compounds. The question isn't what you'd do with your last $20. It's who you'd be willing to become to keep it. This story is based on a real moment that changed 2 lives. What would you have done in Elias's position? Drop your answer below. And if this story moved you, share it. Someone out there needs to remember, kindness costs nothing, but it's worth everything. Hit subscribe for more stories that remind us what it means to be human.